It's bloody fight night, as they say, mate.
It is here. What SmackDown on SmackDown? It is I, no longer your 3-time Ramblemania champion, because this motherfucker over here decided to screw up during All Out, Double or Nothing, and now this motherfucker Hazel is now the champion. He has now beat everyone and having that many titles. And I don't approve of this. The moniker of this whole thing was anyone but Hazel. Now Hazel is champion and Ramblemania and Raw Zone is fucked.
It's dark times. I mean, this is a WWE show, so I'm gonna limit my smoke.
We're in the MJF era of Ramblemania.
We are. And again, considering this is a WWE show we're doing, I'm gonna limit my smoke toward Mr. Khan. But the reason I lost is because Mr. Khan didn't do the right thing. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, do it.
It's like I said during the pay-per-view, Mr. Khan. You should have seen the vision. You should have put the title on my boy Christian Cage. You should have let him save the TNT Championship. But you made your decision. You decided you're gonna run with Wardlow. So I hope you do run with Wardlow. I hope Wardlow don't lose this shit in no ridiculous fashion within like a few weeks or months or so. Let him have a run. But that's all I got to say. I'll save the rest for AEW shows.
Man, but on that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, your 3-time former Ramblemania champion, Katie Kaboom. Alongside me is the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only. Put all your hands up for TJ the Great! TJ the Great One.
11-time Ramblemania champion. 11 of them things.
I wasn't trying to get the number wrong right now. But we here, man. You know, it was the night before Saudi, and everything ran amok.
They was not trying to let us know where they taped this show at. I had to do deep searching on the internet to find out where the hell they taped this.
I forgot, too. I was like, and I saw it twice. Because, you know, like, I was trying to get my attention span, but I was high the first time. I'm not even going to front. So I was just here chilling just to watch it, you know, and not take notes. And then the second time, I was like, all right, I got to actually fucking pay attention right now. Because then that would mean I have to watch it a third time, and I'm not watching it a third time. Melo's not sitting down for that. And, of course, we're joined by Melo.
In the building. The little dog, not the big dog, the little dog.
Listen, man. Your so-called big dog got bitch slapped by his cousins, his little baby cousins. I'm the real big dog.
They ain't want the chaos. They wasn't built like that.
It was anarchy. It was literal anarchy in Saudi.
In the arena? No, that's the other show.
No, it wasn't as crazy as that fucking main event. Nah.
I mean, what happened in Saudi Arabia? What did they do over there?
So Seth said, "Fuck it," fucked up AJ Styles, took Becky and his title back so he can go film a Marvel movie.
Yeah, they said that was the opener. So they really said, "Here, nigga, damn, take the title, get out of here, go shoot your movie."
Essentially, Bianca lost it to Asuka. It was a good match.
But,
like, I can't for a Saudi show. They did good. I got bored during Mustafa, but Mustafa held his own against Gunther.
Do women still gotta wear Power Ranger outfits over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, but the way Dom was hanging all over Rhea in her dominatrix costume.
I don't even want to know. They say street saying my boy Buddy Matthews going outside out here. I don't agree, but it is.
Wait, what happened?
It's just because they keep, playing up Dom and Rhea and all that shit on TV. So Buddy's always like, he always tweets some shit like, "Yeah, well, she's my girlfriend." Every time they do something, Dom and Rhea.
Isn't like Dominic engaged or some shit?
Yeah, I think Dom has like his own girlfriend in real life. So yeah.
No, I know that, but I think he literally like proposed to her right before the storyline.
Yeah, so
before he went to the show.
people ain't gonna let facts get in the way of getting these jokes off. So especially not when Buddy keeps playing into it by always tweeting, "Yeah, she's my girlfriend though."
I mean, listen, he's not there to be around her all the time. Obviously, he's gonna feel away. Look how many storylines, bro, that caused. Like, look at Macho Man and Miss Nancy.
I mean, yeah. In that token, I do understand this business does tend to try to split up couples, especially that company, WWE.
Triple H and Stephanie.
There have often been times where, you know, there's a guy with a girlfriend in the company, and I mean, just go watch the Dark Side of the Ring with Chris Candido that came out yesterday. Apparently, I didn't watch it yet, but I know the Candido story, so I mean, that's a part of it.
Listen, even when you listen to the Benoit one, it's wild.
Even the like him and Nancy, they got together in WCW, and she was with Kevin Sullivan before that. Like, she gets messy in wrestling with the couple. So I understand. I low key do understand why Buddy is like, nah, let me protect mine.
Yo, so on that note, we can, in the comments, y'all can tell us what do you think your messiest WWE couple is.
I mean, it's got to be fucking Turner and Stephanie, right?
I mean,
he was dating China, he snaked China, got with Stephanie, and then basically look at him now. He's a top figure in the company.
I mean, listen, man, that's a success story, apparently.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it, but in another, you know, he did China kind of dirty. I love Triple H, but I ain't gonna front. He did China dirty.
No, he did her dirty. I love China. Yeah. Like she remind me so much of a brolica version of Xena.
Yeah. She, especially for the time period where she came up when Xena and stuff like that was popular, like she was a majorly influential star of that era.
You know, so she made such a whirlwind difference. Now, Triple H is just a fuckboy. Like, let's just really talk about it. He's a fuckboy, but so was everyone in that locker room. He just happened to be that much of a fuckboy and make it to the top.
Yeah, I mean, look at who his peoples were. Shawn Michaels, Kev Nash, Scott Hall. They was all on fuck shit back then.
But in news, right?
Yes.
Everyone's having a goddamn baby.
Pregnancy bug in the air. Baby bug.
So, Carmella and Corey Graves announced that they're having a boy.
Good for them. Congratulations.
And then recently, everyone's favorite early 2000s pop star and our favorite Little Miss Bliss are having a baby.
Bro is not. What major? I don't even know any of Ryan Cabrera's songs.
I mean, All the Way Down.
I don't know that one.
You never heard of All the Way Down?
I never heard it.
Man.
Maybe that be it. Maybe that just be not being up on it, but I never heard of Ryan Cabrera's song. I've heard his name, but I've never actually heard any of his music.
Yeah, but he had those shows those songs that will end up like on Channel 11. Like, we're talking about Channel 11 with like WB type of music.
Yeah, I do get that vibe that his music was like, you know, department store teen drama kind of pop. I ain't hating on him though. You know, shout out to him. I'm just saying.
That sounded like major hating though. The way.
Nah, I'm not. I wasn't trying to hate on him.
Hashtag that TJ the hater.
Nah. You gonna hear some hate from me tonight. It's not for that, man.
So congratulations to Alexa Bliss and Ryan Cabrera. Congratulations to Corey Graves and Carmella. Yeah. Yo, Pat McAfee winning, bro.
What do you do?
Yo, Pat McAfee's ESPN contract's worth $85 million.
Ooh, good. This man making bread. Like we said when we talked about it before, he built himself up, built himself a little media empire, and now he's cashing in. So good for him.
So he previously agreed to a 4-year, $120 million contract with FanDuel. He inked the ESPN deal earlier this month with the show premiering on the network in the fall and the YouTube and ESPN. According to Andrew Marchand of the New York Post, His contract is worth $85 million over 5 years with an annual salary of $17 million. I will be paying my people and we'll be producing the show fully, McAfee said over DM. ESPN will be handling a lot more of the back-end stuff while also providing a platform that is incomparable linear-wise with a network of talent that is deep and awesome. Their production assets, league rights capabilities, and access to everything in the sports world makes us incredibly pumped about the possibilities and can't wait to start this fall.
That is still the one positive about ESPN. They still got access to fucking everything.
I mean,
not that they care to use it all the time, but they do got access.
I mean, I would hope so if they're the number one sports network.
Yeah. As you know, the sports homies we miss when ESPN was a little more about the sports, or less about the entertainment. But it is what it is.
So are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
In the name of the Bob Marley gods, Mello the Canine Crusader, and all the millions of people viewing around the world, I now declare this the Ramble in the Ramble Zone. SmackDown. We have our viewership numbers. Tev, you want to hit us with the numbers, or you want me to do it?
If you got the numbers, you go for it.
So according to Braden Thurston of WrestleNomics, the show averaged 2.158 million viewers on Fox, an increase from the 2.13 million viewers. The show received a .52 rating in the crucial 18 to 49 demographic, down from a .53 rating a week ago. This was the final performance of the Night of Champions PLE. Last year's show drew 1.8 million viewers and a .43 demo rating, the 18 to 49 demographic. This is how the show fared in each demo in the last week. 18 to 34, .31 a week ago with .34. 18 to 49 went down one from .53 to .52. 25 to 54 went from .70 to .69. Female viewers were from 4.5 to 4.2. Male viewers actually went up. So there's from 7.6, we went to 9.5. So we went up there. And then went up as far as the 50 and over viewers. We went from a 3.1 to a 3.5.
That seems like a decent number. Like WWE's on a decent little upward trend of ratings and attendance lately. Like they're in a hot period. Like not the hottest, but they're in a hot period. Like WWE's doing very well right now. They're trying to present them. They're trying to present all their content as this nice package that's going to get them a lot more money than they're. Well, I don't know if they're going to get a lot more money than they're getting now, but they're trying to line themselves up to get more money.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid. They're doing solid.
So where were we? I mean, you went on a whole search for this.
Yeah, so they start this show off not saying where they are. They usually have the little graphic, the little robot that like punches the air and shows you where they are. They didn't have any of that. Because what? They didn't want to give away that the show is taped? Because it was a taped show, obviously. They were traveling to Saudi Arabia during the week. But, I mean, it's not a big deal. But I was just, why? For note's sake, why won't you tell me where this show is? But it's in Columbia, South Carolina.
Fortnite!
It's Fortnite. The United States Championship is on the line. Austin Theory defends against the fella, Sheamus. Wade Barrett. I like Wade Barrett. He makes an interesting point early on about picking spots in his career. Like, you want to pick your spots and face certain guys and avoid certain guys. And he names Brock Lesnar, which made me laugh because, like, Wade, you my boy, but you wouldn't wrestle Brock even if you wanted to. they did not fuck with you like that. They give you Brock.
Damn.
but fair enough. I see his point. Theory in this match goes for the 10 beats of the Bodhrán, but Sheamus fights him off, and Theory takes the heat into the commercial break. We come out. Theory hits the rolling blockbuster for a near fall, and then Sheamus makes a short comeback. Hits the Irish Curse backbreaker for a 2 count. So they fight up top. Theory pulls Sheamus off into a spin-out powerbomb for a near fall. That was pretty cool. He goes for a rolling blockbuster again, but Sheamus stops him with the pump knee. Then he goes for the beats of the Baldwin, but Theory escapes and grabs a chair. But Ridge Holland, he pops in like, don't you dare, and he grabs it away. And then Sheamus pulls him up, and then he hits not 10 beats of the Baldwin, but 25. He counts all the way to 25. And the crowd was counting too. Shout out to the crowd. They counted all the way up to 25. Usually wrestling crowds have a problem with counting past 10. But this crowd was like, oh no, he going still? We going too. They went all the way to 25 with him. So good for them. He sets up for the bro kick, but then Pretty Deadly shows up and they attack the Brawling Brutes. Sheamus grabs one of them, but it's at that point he's distracted. Theory's able to roll him up, get the 1, 2, and 3. The match was fine. It is a story. They're telling a story with the Pretty Deadly boys. So there you go.
I feel like no matter what, Austin Theory will never get respect as a champion.
I mean, it's Six talked about it last week, but I guess John Cena talking about how he wasn't the guy. But it's like, if you don't put him in the right positions, how can he be? You know,
because he even said he didn't take John Cena. John Cena didn't take him seriously, because I read that article, right? He said you're supposed to sell it in the ring, you're supposed to sell it out of the ring. He told him he didn't believe him either. Through their entire storyline, he didn't believe a word of him.
Which is crazy, because then he wrestled him and wasted everybody's time because nobody got over.
No, he did it for a check.
I mean, yeah, he did it for a check, sure, but like, you're John Cena. If he ain't it, then go to the office and be like, he ain't it. Give me somebody else. You can do that, John.
Are you sure that wasn't just a Vince story?
If it was Vince, then he should have went up to Vince himself and been like, Vince, he ain't it. Give me somebody else. If you really feel like he ain't it, then you're not going to put in that effort to make him feel as if he's it. And as we saw the match, he did it. So, like, if you want to build Austin Theory to that point, you have to get people who are interested in building Austin Theory to that point. And John Cena wasn't one of them. So, great job.
I feel like John just does it because he's still, no matter what, the poster boy of, like, putting people over.
Oh, sure. I mean, I know that and that was obviously the intention. He beat John Cena. That's a big win for him. But, like, you watched the match and it was so inconsequential the way everything went that, no, he didn't actually get anything out of beating John Cena. And we see now, like, Michael Cole mentioned it. He beat John Cena, but it doesn't. That's hollow. It's a hollow victory. So, I mean, if they want to really get Theory to that point, they gotta figure something else out with him, because
they're gonna do the same thing to him, like, and dumb him down eventually.
I don't know. They got stuff to figure out.
Even though your champion is Austin Theory, because I don't think Sheamus really believed it. We then go to our boys, the Bloodline.
Yes.
We see the issues with Little Cousin blowing up and blowing up and blowing up. We shoot backstage to the locker room, and Paul talks for Roman, who's in there. He says that the Usos aren't needed at Night of Champions, but they are invited for his 1,000 Days champion celebration. Little Cousin gets upset after a minute and says he's hungry anyways, and tries to get the fuck out. Roman, the miniature dog,
the mini dog is crazy.
Where he's going. He tells him to sit down. Little Cousin just mad. Little Cousin's just mad right now. He stares at him, and he's being told to sit back down, but he don't move. So the miniature dog, the big cuz, got in Moose's face and calmly tells him, do something. You're standing up on him. Do something. You're making a tough face on me. Go ahead and do something. Go on. Make it happen. What's different? Ain't nothing changed. Think back to when we was kids. I whoop you then. I'll whoop you now. Ain't nothing changed. You gonna respect me. You gonna obey me. You gonna acknowledge me, or get up off my locking room.
I don't know if I'll be letting him talk to me like that, Oos. I wouldn't let that slide, Oos.
Jimmy tell Jay to come on. We'll see him next week. It was boy. No, but tell me not. Listen, man, what happened in Night of Champions? He fucking deserved it.
Yeah. I guess Jimmy didn't let him talk to him like that. So good for you, Jimmy.
And that was after they kicked Solo by accident. Because
that's why they lost, because they kicked Solo.
Yeah, so they went to go do a double kick to Sammy, I believe it was, and somehow Sammy escaped and they double kicked Solo.
Oh, okay.
Then Roman got in Jimmy's face. I forgot what else, but I know for a fact that it ended with 2 super kicks to Roman.
Jimmy said, "I'm not pussy." I respect it. He's been saying that for forever now, but now he finally proved it.
And it was like one of those moments where like he fucking wilded out first. He told Jay this is something he should have done a long time ago. And then he got on the bandwagon and they were both fucking him up.
Damn. So shit, there you go then. The bloodline is unraveling, so they say.
Amazing.
Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi versus
Damage Control.
Their theme sucks. You already know what time it is, though. Damage Control in the building. They had me crying at this fake ass crowd audio for their entrance, just the piped in boos. But yeah, like you said, Raquel was on Raw for reasons. Why was she on Raw?
I still am mad because they never switched titles for the SmackDown and the Raw Women's Champions.
Yeah, that's also true. They just got the SmackDown champion on Raw and the Raw champion on SmackDown. They don't care. They don't care.
I'm like, this is fucked up. What's the point of the draft?
Yeah, don't let them convince you that they care about this brand split. They do not. But yeah, Shotzi saved Raquel on Raw, so they are friends. We get a 4-way hockey fight to start the match. The heels end up outside. Shotzi hits a tope. This camera work is fucking cheeks, bro. Like, I am not trying to rewind over and over again to track a spot because y'all can't stop cutting the fucking camera. It's gross. It's disgusting. But regardless, out of the break, Shotzi gets a hot tag. Io and Bayley cut her off with a double super kick. And then Shotzi hits a fucking tiger suplex on Io for a near fall. That's the Shotzi I know from back in the day, from NXT. She'd be cooking. That tiger suplex was nasty. Io unlocked her. I like that. So they set Io up for a double team, but then Bayley saves her. She blind tags in and sunset flips Raquel, setting Io up for a drop kick. But Io jumps over Raquel and then kicks Shotzi, which leaves Raquel to sit. And she covers Bayley and rolls her up for the 1, 2, and 3, which, again, like I keep saying every time I watch these women wrestle, I get the story. More miscommunication with Bayley and Io, but again, it's just more Three Stooges ass booking the way I look at it. They are the Three Stooges, and I mean they're only 2 Stooges because Dakota's hurt, but they stooging.
I feel like they just keep dumbing her down.
Is they keep losing, and now the problem is they're losing because of miscommunications. But they were losing before, even before the miscommunication started happening. So it's like,
but why debut them like this?
Yeah, they just be losing. They're losers.
Like, why are you jobbing someone you had as a fucking what? She's a 3-time champion.
Bayley, right? I think so. Yeah. But they're telling the story, and I imagine they're gonna break up soon. But
Bayley is loyal to the company to keep getting dogged like this, and that
she is, and I desperately wish she wasn't, but she is. We got the champ, the Joker.
Oh man,
talking about the fucking consolation prize. I'll give it to him though. Like, he's really trying to put this over. Like, all the PR talk about we're going to push the industry to a new level. We need a champion that's going to be around every week. Like, he's trying. So I respect
But you could always respect that about Seth.
Yeah. They put the hat on him, like, go out and represent for the company, and he will do it. He will do it to the best of his ability. So you got to respect that.
I remember reading during the pandemic, right? I remember Becky was pregnant at the time. And he talked about how he went to work every day despite being in the pandemic, despite having a pregnant, fiance at the time, still did what he had to do. When he got COVID, he stayed away, but still did what he had to do. So you gotta respect like someone of Seth's caliber. And especially if you think about all his storylines. So he went from the Shield to being part of the Authority, to getting fucked by the Authority, to then, become the Messiah, to then become all of this shit, and now you're back here at this pivotal point again.
Yeah, I've always felt like Seth has had the potential to be a top face in the company, and there's been like several times now at this point where he's been like right there, but he hasn't gotten that extra push from the company, or in worst cases, the company just booked him like complete dog shit. But hopefully this time, they get behind him and get him to where I feel like he really could be.
I have a question for you, right? Before we talk about your favorite people from Hit Row. Do you feel like if Roman wasn't Roman, right? If he was just some wrestler that didn't have a lineage that he does, do you think he still would have been the tribal chief? Would he? Go ahead. Would he been put over the way he's being put over now?
In a different way, I think. Like he wouldn't. I don't think he'd be the tribal chief because like part of that is about the family, right? Like he has this amazing bloodline of Samoan wrestlers. So if he wasn't related to them, then he wouldn't have that element of the gimmick.
But would he still be the star factor he is now?
I do think so, because like I think it's been obvious from the like I remember the first time I saw Roman Reigns, it was like they're gonna push him. It was obvious. Like he has the look, he has the presence that they like. He is what WWE and Vince McMahon like in their superstars, and he has shown that in his media presence and all that. So I do think that he would still be where he is, albeit in a somewhat different way or presentation. But I do think that Roman was always their guy, just based off his look and everything like that.
Interesting. Okay. We had the sit-down interview about the consolation prize.
Mm-hmm. AJ admitted that it's a consolation prize, by the way.
What? When?
He did an interview and it was basically just like, yeah, if nobody beat Roman and we got this world title, then it's a consolation prize because you got to beat Roman. Which I'm glad that he admitted that.
What did he say about? Was this before or after?
Before. So yeah, that maybe that did play a factor in Seth being the winner, but I think Seth was going to win regardless.
But think of it like this: that they essentially made one SmackDown title, one Raw title again. So you're gonna have a person on SmackDown have a Raw title. We already have that with the female champions.
Yeah, but I mean, like even there, like there's really no point because they don't respect the brand split, and it's like I said before, like they didn't do a hard division of the titles to where you could see the need for a second world title. They just introduced a second world title, or technically a third, but I guess it's the second now. Whatever.
True, third, because NXT came out before.
And I mean, Roman unified the two world titles. There were two. Roman won them both. Now, and now they introduced another one because no one can beat Roman for the two he took.
But that's the E's fault making him a Super Saiyan.
That is their fault, but that's also like, if you want me to take this title seriously, I will not, because of the way you did this. And yeah, that's nobody's fault but their own.
And I always thought I couldn't take the Universal title seriously for a while. Like when it came out.
The Universal title was bad for a long time. It was not a worthwhile championship. It was a shit world title. And I think Roman's heel turn is what turned it around, if I'm honest. But before that, it was practically a non-entity at its worst.
I mean, yeah, because Finn Balor lost it. He had to relinquish within winning it the first time, right? Because he had that injury. Then Seth became it. And then, was it KO? No, it was Brock or Goldberg who held it. And then took it off the other one. And then it was Bray.
Yeah, I mean, like like you're naming all these people. And maybe people do remember the reigns, but it all feels like shit that is interchangeable, matched together. Yeah.
In a period of 3 years, it changed like 15 times.
Yeah, and no one ever really had a standout run with it, like until Roman turned heel.
I mean, I think Kevin Owens had a good run with it, but he was doing that best friend thing with Jericho, and I wasn't feeling it.
I think that's the problem. If they would have ended the Kevin Owens Jericho feud with them fighting over the title, that probably could have been one. But they took the title off him and put it on Goldberg. So then it went back like Goldberg and Brock wrestled for the title, and it supposedly gave the title a higher profile, but nobody fucking cared about it. They just cared about the fact that Brock and Goldberg were fighting again, because And after Brock won it, he was never on TV, and then everybody complained, and it was the same. It was the same old for fucking years. Like, it wasn't until Roman turned heel that anybody got a real foothold on that title, started having real defenses and good matches and good promos, and built that title to mean something. It took 5 years for that shit. Oh, the Hit Row, goddamn Hit Row is here.
I mean, at least they didn't put on a concert this time.
Nah, they came out with masks on. It's Ashante the Adonis versus Cameron Grimes, NXT ass match. And the fake crowd noise is still going crazy. Like, this is nothing against Hit Row. I don't even mind Hit Row. But like, you got this fake crowd audio. You got these LED boards and glitz and glamours. Like, it's a bedazzled WWE stage, and Hit Row coming out masked up, trying to be gangsters, trying to be gully. It don't work. It doesn't work. The presentation of the characters clashes against the general presentation of the show. Like, WWE can't do gritty. They just can't. They're not built like that. That's why guys like Gunther stand out when they do their matches, because it's like, that's a rarity. You don't see that in WWE. And like with Hit Row, like, look at Swerve and the Mogul Embassy in AEW. Like, because Swerve is coming out masked up too now. But that shit works because they darken the lights and shit, and they come out looking mean, and they got the fits on. Like,
I just feel like they could pull it off. Don't you remember when What's-His-Face walked out to Many Men?
The Guns. And even that, like, those are two white boys, but they dim the light, they put the spotlight on them. There's darkness around the arena. Like, there's a grittiness to those type of presentations that WWE does not do, because they are McDonald's, they are Disney. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, when you are Disney, you can't try to be A24. You can't try to do A24 productions if you're Disney. You got to stick to what your bag is. So, I mean, I don't mind Hit Row coming out in mass and everything. I just feel like it doesn't work in the WWE environment.
Especially when they're trying to be PG.
Yeah, like, it just came off corny to me.
But weird.
Like I said, WWE as an environment is just antithetical to that sort of presentation. And then before they even wrestle, we get a Grayson Waller promo, which, like, it's a small thing, but I hate the pacing on these shows. They'll have an entrance and then a promo and then a commercial, and then we get the match. It's like, damn, bro.
Like, it takes too long.
Yeah, so much filler. Wade Barrett calls Cameron Grimes a country boy. So is he? I guess he's not rich anymore. He still has the song, but anywho, Top Dollar interferes. Wade and Cole argue about Hit Row being there, and then Cameron Grimes just hits the cave in and wins. And then Baron Corbin jumps him from behind, just in case you thought Cameron Grimes was getting fast tracked or something. But yeah. And then apparently Baron Corbin went to NXT, so I don't even know what the fuck. Yeah, Hazel told me that last night, that Baron Corbin showed up on NXT.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I guess he's feuded with 2 people now. Good for him.
Bianca Belair and Asuka brawl ahead of Night of Champions. Got a promo of Asuka spray misting Bianca's Belair eyes a few weeks ago. From there, we return live and the scene for the Women's Champion hits. And here comes the EST WWE. Once again, the Raw Women's Champion, who was supposed to be the SmackDown Women's Champion.
They scared of that swap.
But then she went up against Asuka, and that means technically Asuka is supposed to be the fucking SmackDown champion, but we're still the Raw champion. But she heads to the ring, and we go to another stupid commercial break about Papa Domino's or whatever. When we come back, Bianca, once again, being on the show she's supposed to be on, gets on the mic and talks about how she went from respecting Asuka to wanting to fuck her up for everything she did to her. If it wasn't bad enough that she missed it in her fucking eyes once, she tried it twice. She says her eyes still burn and her vision still compromised, but she's going to give Asuka the whoop ass of her life at Night of Champions. Asuka's music hits, and we see the Empress of Tomorrow appear from behind and take the champ down. She slaps her Asuka lock arm bar on her until a bunch of officials rush to the scene to break them up. They break free and re-engage a few times until the segment wraps up. See, I would have taken it more seriously if they let them go on a little while longer.
I mean,
like, if you're trying to do the whole Brock, remember, like, when they had, like, Brock versus Strowman, they had the Beast versus the Beast. Now you started this little brawl, but you cut in it, like, literally in a third.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as far as pull-aparts go, it was whatever. Not the best, not the worst.
But we go now to our boy.
Yeah. Let me talk to you. Nah, for real though. Let me talk to you.
Yo, let's really talk about it, right? Because we're talking about how the piped in booze did not work for our man.
Yo. So it's LA Knight against Rick Boogs. And LA Knight comes out and we hear these loud boos just emerge from fucking nowhere. And you know they're nowhere for sure when LA Knight gets in the ring and you look out at the crowd. The crowd is not boo, even though you hear that. The crowd is, some of them are up clapping, and all of them, you can clearly hear it through the boos. They're chanting, yeah! Like, they love LA Knight. Why are they doing this? Like, LA Knight was over. The crowd loved him. Why are they piping in boos and trying to make it seem like he's a... I guess it's because he's a heel, but...
But that's the thing, right? Like, they mark him down as a heel, but he has face tendencies. It's like you want to root for him.
It's like, yeah, sure enough, fair enough, I get it. If a heel gets over to the point where he's getting cheered and that's not your intention, I get that. That puts you in a tough position. Shit, that happens in AEW with MJF sometimes. But you don't pipe the fucking crowd audio in. You deal with it. Let him cut a promo and talk shit about the people if it means that much to you. Like, let him just get the mic and be like, yeah, South Carolina, you suck, yeah. And then, you know, they'll boo him. But
damn, you brought up MJF.
Yeah, I know, but just as a comparison point.
Wait,
like,
no, because I saw what he said in the fucking press conference, and I wanted to bring that up before, and I hate you, bro. We'll talk about it now.
Oh, yeah, with him fucking talking about...
But he has a point, though.
A lot of what he said was, like, heel shit, and a lot of what he said was, like, factual.
Like, it was both. And I'm just like, yo, I actually said I respect MJF for that.
I think the realest thing he said in there was that, you know, Twitter, and I'll throw everything else in there with their Reddit and all the other shit. The internet in general, it represents a small portion of the audience. Like, it's come to represent a bigger, more influential portion of the audience than it did in the past, but it's still not indicative of all the people who go and buy tickets for the shows. So, like, if people are on the internet all saying whatever about a particular wrestler, but the reactions in the arena are opposite to that, then what you're going to go with is the paying customers, the reactions in the arenas. And I think that's the point he was generally trying to make. Like, don't get so wrapped up in all the online discourse that you start ignoring what's going on the TV, your eyes. Like, don't, you know? So that, I think that was a great point that he made.
I feel like if he, because he put the work in to bring up his star value. And I was, like, that match at Double or Nothing was impressive as fuck.
Great match. And we all knew it was going to be, but even better than we could have thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to really give it to him. But I feel like he's also at the point, like, he's the Roman of his company. Who's going to beat him?
In a way, yeah. They have built him to be the top guy, and then, you know, he's very strong right now. But yeah, LA Knight, man, like, they are wilding with the crowd sweetening. Wilding. Like, this whole match felt like I was watching a 2009 SmackDown or some shit with the hair dryer. Like, it was fake boos, fake cheers, fake everything. Like, nothing, none of the noises.
I don't even think he looked happy to be there.
Yeah, bro, like, none of the noises that I was hearing, none of the crowd noises I was hearing were indicative of how the crowd was actually reacting. They loved LA Knight, and we're supposed to believe that they don't for some reason. The Street Profits are also there for reasons. Boogs drops LA Knight on the table, and they're like, he booging out, which I like that. I like booging out as a term.
Oh, so you feeling boogie today?
Well, I might be feeling a little boogie. I like that. I might end up booging out. I like that.
If you feeling boogie today,
yeah. We might boog out a little bit.
If you feeling boogie, put it in the comments too, you know. Like, subscribe, you know, click on that bell so we can be boogie all the time.
Yeah, let's keep booging out, y'all. Let's go to the top with it. But Boogs goes for the pump handle, but LA Knight fights out, hits the BFT, and gets the win. You can hear the crowd literally chant along with the ref. You know, the ref goes 1, 2, 3. The crowd chants, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you hear the fake boos. I'm like, why? They like him, man. Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge him. They like him. But yeah, man. Then he grabs the mic. He tells the Street Profits, you know, I know you guys are talking about me over here. If you keep talking about me, I'm going to make change out of you. And if you keep asking for the smoke, you're going to get smoked, courtesy of LA Knight. Yeah. And again, crowd chant the whole thing with him. They're clearly fucking with this man. So I don't understand why they try to force him as a heel. He and the Street Profits seems pretty fun as a feud, though. So get him a tag team partner and cook up.
LA Knight needs to cook.
They need to let him cook. I mean, I guess they kind of are, but like, I don't know, man. That's one of the reasons I stopped watching WWE, because they fight the tide so much. It's like, why are you fighting this? They like him.
I feel like the caption for this, right? Because I just downloaded the picture of LA Knight for the cover picture, and I feel like we should just say no piped in booze.
Yeah, man, please stop. Please stop the piped in booze. Like, AEW, y'all stop it too, because y'all do it sometimes too on Rampage. Y'all be wilding sometimes.
I mean, because who really sits there and watches Rampage? Like,
I do, and I noticed that shit.
I mean, you do, because you also got to record about it, because you record about almost every show on this network.
True. But I mean, even if I didn't record Rampage, I would still probably watch it. It's an hour. It's easy to watch. I like Rampage. I don't mind it. It's not as important as it should be, but I do like it. We got Scarlett in the back. She got some damn tarot card talking about AJ finna be sacrificed to the devil or some shit. I don't know. I don't care. But it leads to AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross.
I like that idea, though. I hope there's more of a storyline.
Yeah, there probably is, but I don't. I'll be tuning out when they do the cryptic, spooky tarot card promos.
I can't recall, right? If you possibly heard, did Karrion Kross interfere in the Seth match? or anything? Because I don't think he had any storyline in Saudi.
Not that I know of. I mean, I don't know anything what happened on Saudi apart from like the results, and then that, I don't know what happened in the matches. So I mean, maybe I don't know.
Oh man.
Maybe.
What we hear with AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
We shoot backstage. And they talk about how AJ shouldn't be asking how he's gonna do against Seth freaking Rollins. He should ask what condition he's gonna be in after he's victimized by Karrion Kross. Styles makes his entrance, settles in. First of all, Karrion Kross talking wild shit though.
You talking crazy reckless. And then of course we got the stupid ass pacing again. Like I think AJ makes the entrance and then we get that video package for Elbow Fire and Isla Dawn. God bless Isla Dawn. Jesus Christ. She different. But yeah, they did that, and then Scarlett and Cross came out.
So Styles is pacing side to side again. The two head in the ring and settle inside. The bell sounds and we're off and running with a lot of one-on-one action. Straight out of the gate, Cross dominates in the offense. It continues until Styles starts taking over. As he does, we see Scarlett, of course, trying to be nosy, where she don't belong, but she looking like a goddamn freaking yum. So you try to like let her live though, because who would want to make her mad?
Yeah, you out here looking like that. You stay. you can hang around.
But out comes Mia, Mitch, and Yin.
I keep forgetting she's in Bullet Club.
As Mitchin helped run Scarlett to the back, we had to a fucking break, which is fucking dumb because we could have seen Mitchin kick Scarlett's ass. But when we come back, we return and we see Cross dominating, choking Styles with his boot in the corner. The two continue to duke it out until finally Styles hits a phenomenal form with the pinfall victory. After the match, we head to another fucking break.
Picture in picture. No, I don't even think they did it.
Oh, that wasn't a picture in picture.
Yeah, they just went to break.
Yeah, listen, they couldn't put a picture in picture if it was all pre-recorded.
Yeah. I mean, they should have, but it is what it is. They should have tried.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
What time is it?
Oh, it's that time? Oh, we did, yeah. Well, before that, we had that Cody and Brock package, which whatever. But I do want to say,
I forgot about that package.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't care about the package. But I do want to say, Hazel told me this as well. So, and yeah, you can confirm this for me. So Brock put Cody in a Kimura, and Cody passed out. That's what happened?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I think he never lost.
Like when Hazel told us this, because me, him, and Six were recording an episode when he told us this, and me and Six were both like, "What?" Like I guess the idea is
Saudi?
Hazel said Hazel watches it or he listens to it or whatever. But yeah, we don't record for it because me and Six don't watch it. But
no, the fact that he watched it when he said y'all don't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really. And I mean, I guess he did it. He was at work, he said, so he was just listening to it. But regardless.
Excuses.
Hey, listen, whatever. He gave us the info. And yeah, if the idea there was trying to invoke Bret Hart and Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin did not pass out because he was in the sharpshooter. Stone Cold Steve Austin passed out due to blood loss. That's why he passed out. Because he was losing blood at a rapid rate.
And there wasn't blood in this match. Not really.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure he might have wanted to, but he did not bleed in this match. He did not bleed. So
he already had a DK broken arm.
That does not make sense, man. You do not pass out due to a submission move that attacks your arm. You'd be in a lot of pain, but you're not gonna pass out. That's what? Where is the psychology? But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. That makes
sense. It was stupid. It was totally stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, now it looks like there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event.
Woo!
It's the Kevin Owens show.
Baby daddy.
They also say Money in the Bank qualifiers are coming. So I imagine Seth got to watch out because ain't nobody dumb enough to try Roman, right?
You never know who'll be stupid enough.
Right? They might just bury a nigga, have him cash in and fail.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kev and Sammy come down, and Kevin's like, we haven't done this in a while. It's the Kevin Sammy show. So they're going on about that. And then Kevin goes, here are my guests, Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. But out comes Paul Heyman. And he says, the tribal chief only comes out when he wants to come out. You do not tell the tribal chief what to do. And then the Usos come out. They walk down to the ring. They grab the mics. Jay grabs the mic. He says, y'all worried about tomorrow when truthfully, we the real problem. And Kev is like, you know what? This is all fine because I didn't expect Roman to come out. I actually wanted to talk to you guys, the Usos. He says, Sammy has been trying to get to you guys for months. He's been trying to, he believes in you for some reason. I didn't care, but Sammy believes in you. But having seen everything going on, I see his point now. He's been right about everything. So maybe you'll listen if I tell you instead of him. He's right about everything. He's right about the way Roman treats you. Like, sure, Roman Reigns may be the head of the table, but you guys are the heart of the table. And without you, Roman wouldn't be able to do any of the things he does. He says, how does it feel for you guys to go to one of the greatest, no, the greatest tag team in WWE history, to Roman's errand boys? And then Jimmy says, you talking about all that, Oos? Let me tell you something. When it comes to the Usos, when it comes to the day ones, I am the tribal chief.
And the world stayed fucked up.
And Paul Heyman's faces be great, man. When Jimmy said that shit, I am the tribal chief, Paul Heyman was like, no, oh my God, why would you say that? And then Roman's music immediately hits. I started dying. That's what brought him out. I mean, it was a good dramatic moment and everything. It was great, but I started dying at that's what brought Roman out. And he storms down to the ring. Sammy's like, it's over, right, Roman? The bloodline's collapsing. It's all your fault. So then Roman steps up to him, but then Kevin Owens is like, nah, I'm with the shit. He hits Roman with the stunner, and then everybody starts brawling. Brawl pops off. Solo runs down, takes out KO and Sammy. Roman drops him with a spear, and then the Usos go, and they pick up the tag titles. And Roman's like, get those to me. And Jimmy won't, but Jay does. So Jay hands him the title. Jimmy's still holding on to him. And Roman's like, yo, give me those. Give me those. And Jimmy, he's holding on. He don't want to give him up. But then Jay walks over. He grabs him from Jimmy. He hands him to Roman. And then they all stand center ring. They throw up the ones, except Jimmy, who stands in the corner, still pissed off.
He didn't want to. He did not want to.
Jimmy was not with it. He was not with none of this shit.
He really wasn't. He thought his brother was selling out too.
Yeah, he was like, I ain't with it, Oos. You thought the ones if you want. I ain't with it, Oos. But yeah, that's how we end the show. The bloodline fracturing, so to speak. And that's SmackDown. Yeah.
I loved it.
Good end segment. Good end segment for sure.
Especially for what happened the next day. I fucking love it.
Yeah. They got that story moving. When it comes to this show, I could take or leave most everything outside of the bloodline and LA Knight being really over, but WWE trying to hide it. Mm-hmm. Other than that, as usual, the pacing, the filler, the camera work, the sterility of the environment, it all makes weekly WWE something that I have zero interest in engaging in, even though I'm probably going to end up watching this shit at some point again because nobody else want to watch this fucking show.
I mean, that's the same thing for every other WWE show you're on.
I mean, I don't want to watch it. Yeah, here I am. But I will say this. The best I can say for this show is I think it did a decent job in selling Night of Champions. Even if that show itself has a moral barrier upon entry, if you don't care, then this show probably set it up well enough for you in that it had the video packages for Seth and AJ, had the bloodline stuff going on, and, had Asuka and Bianca build. Like, they built to the matches that they had. So, they did good in that front.
They did. Storytelling at its finest.
Yeah. So, yeah, that, I suppose, is what SmackDown.
Yeah, man. It did. But it is your favorite Kaboom. You can find us everywhere at Rawzone NYC, www.rawzonenyc.com. As for myself, you can find me at IamIvy.xo_ Twitter, TikTok. You know, if you need any more social media platform that can help you, that's all.
Yeah, I know the socials, IG, Ramblemania Show, Banner Club Podcast, Twitter, Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere. Go find us, go find Katie, go find everyone, and come hang out.
And that was it. It's SmackDown.
Yes. Too sweet, good fight.
And see you on AEW.